straight from the soul with it. Yeah. So Ramona Shelburne stated on the Mason and Island show that she could see Phil Jackson getting an informal type of role with the Lakers due to his relationship with Jeanie Buss. And she also stated she was surprised that Luke Walton didn't know that Phil Jackson was upstairs having a meeting with Kurt Rambis. You know, I don't know. I think that he could get an advisor type of role. I think the Warriors are the Lakers' main focus. They're not worried about no other team. But I think Phil Jackson is coming back in some way, possibly, and he's the Zen master. Like, you gotta remember that people always talk about the triangle is played out, but no, it's not played out. It's just that you have to have talent. They didn't have talent in New York to run a triangle. You know, the triangle was successful with Michael Jordan and Pippen, Kobe and Shaq, Kobe and Gasol, and I'm thinking Kobe, LeBron, but that's my opinion. You know, you need a coach who is going to outsmart Steve Kerr. But like I said, possibly Phil Jackson come back. I don't think it was a coincidence. You know, just showed up after all that time when LeBron comes, which is going to give it so much attention. But, you know, the Lakers, I believe, are going to run into a wall eventually, which happens to LeBron every time around January, February. He always have a great month of December. That's why I said coming into the season that, you know, December will be a big month for the Lakers. He'll be upset, be looking for a coaching change. Not only does Jeanie Buss love Luke Walton, Kobe really likes Luke Walton. So, you know, but is it me or Phil Jackson is starting to resemble Colonel Sanders? Will Phil Jackson be coming back to coach the Los Angeles Lakers? Like, it's no coincidence that Phil Jackson just walks up in the practice facility after 2 years, just walks up in there. I like Luke Walton. I think he's done a remarkable job coaching the Lakers despite what critics may believe. And just based on the circumstances that he's had with these young guys and drafting these guys and having to develop these young guys, he's done a very outstanding job developing these young guys, motivating the players to, you know, be the best version of themselves and competing on a very high level. Typically, when teams are down, Byron Scott was the coach. A lot of times when the Lakers play these elite level teams, they wouldn't compete anymore any longer. You know, it'd be a huge deficit and they'd be losing by a wide margin and they would kind of give up and they'd just lay down. They wouldn't have no fight. To whereas what you see with Luke Walton, even with last year's team, they still had fight against these elite level teams. But, you know, coaching LeBron James is a totally different level. And after hearing LeBron James, you know, calls his own plays, Brian Windhorst stating that LeBron James been, you know, he's running his own system. And pretty much Luke Walton is not even involved in team meetings. Only the team and LeBron James can have meetings. Like, it's like, no, I'm joking. But, you know, LeBron James, they saying LeBron James not returning Luke Walton's phone call. I mean, it could all start to really make sense. Then you had Stephen A. Smith stating that, you know, out of his own mouth. Of course, we know that Stephen A. Smith has a very close relationship with Magic Johnson. And, you know, Stephen A. Smith stated out of his own mouth, he's heard that Phil Jackson may be coming back to coach, you know, the Los Angeles Lakers. So we don't know how true that is. Maybe something is cooking here. We don't know. LeBron James has never been coached by someone of the caliber of Phil Jackson. So there may be a perfect opportunity. And, you know, just that bogus story. I remember Phil Jackson said something about LeBron James' posse, which I don't understand what the problem was with him saying that. But, you know, anything's a headline. And, you know, if LeBron could forgive Dan Gilbert for something like that, why wouldn't he forgive Phil Jackson? And I'm not saying that Phil Jackson is guaranteed to come back, but I'm just stating that, you know, we just have to go with this story. You never know what could be, you know, in the works. Phil Jackson and Jeanie Buss had a relationship, and I'm pretty sure they still have a close relationship, and she would do whatever she can to, you know, please the fans. I'm pretty sure fans would be happy if Phil Jackson didn't necessarily come back to, let's say, coach the Lakers, but, you know, take on a Pat Riley type of role. You know, I don't know, but, you know, you guys let me know how y'all may feel about that. You know, LeBron James just doesn't respect Luke Walton at all. LeBron looks at Luke like Savannah. You know, Rajon Rondo and I believe Zubac playing soccer the other day on the sidelines, and like they wasn't even in the huddle. And I'm like, bro, like, what is this, recess? Like, y'all ain't got they got no respect for Luke Walton. Rajon Rondo was supposed to come out, he was supposed to get subbed in for someone, and he just decided to stay in. Like, he didn't even care. Like, he was supposed to come out. Luke wanted him to come out, but he stayed in anyway. After this December run, which always happens with LeBron's team, it's just scripted, you know. It happened in Cleveland. You know, they would do good through the month of December, and then once January, February get here, it goes bad again.